Hello again, YouTube. Today is a little different than I usually do. I've been real interested in electric usage and stuff like that to monitor it. So I found a couple things to monitor a regular household outlet. And one of the reasons I'm interested in it is because of our Tesla and just seeing the charge and how much it charged, how much energy it uses, yada, yada, yada. Got me kind of interested, like what other appliances in our house would use. So I got a couple things here. So I got this. I got both of them off Amazon. Let's see here. And there's one. Whoop. There's the other. And what I'm interested in is, there we go. There's some technical stuff. I didn't actually compare these. My assumption is they're pretty similar. One looks a little bit more stronger than the other one. Bad word, but what I'm interested in is we've got 2 deep freezes. We have 2 full refrigerators with freezers, one main one, and then we have one old one. And I don't even know how old it is, but it's old. So I want to see what the difference in energy usage is between the 2 refrigerators, because the new one's a little bit bigger, size, cubic feet wise. So I'm going to put each of these on the refrigerators, but I'm also I'm going to monitor it for, I don't know, probably like a day. And then I'm going to switch them, put them on the other refrigerator, monitor it for a day, and just see, one, how the 2 compare for that same comparable refrigerator. And then I'm ultimately most interested in seeing if the old refrigerator uses more or less energy than the new refrigerator. So just a little home test of electrical usage with an old appliance compared to a brand new appliance. So just something I was interested in. Thought I'd share it on the YouTube and see how it goes. So yeah, we'll catch you here in a little bit. Probably a day or 2 after I get some usage. I'll check in, make a checkpoint, and then ultimately finish out the video in a few days. So catch you later. All right, I got my hood up. I'm editing this video, and I just saw, well, before I didn't take pictures of the specs for each fridge. So I decided to include pictures of the specs for each fridge because I thought that would be helpful. So on the older fridge, it's not as old as I thought it was going to be. It looks like it was manufactured in 2011. Unless I'm reading the date backwards, then it was 2007. You can see it on the picture. But it's not that old, right? Like, regardless of if it was 2011 or 2007, that's still not old. Like 15 to, I don't know. Yeah, not very old. So that shows you how much different things are now. And obviously the older fridge, if you look at the picture, it has, I think, an 8 amp motor, maybe, I don't know, but the new one has a 1.5, so it's obviously going to use less electricity. I understand that. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to show how much they're very close in cubic feet. Like, there's not a bunch difference, but like that fridge is so much less efficient than the new fridges. That's the point of the video, and I just wanted to kind of break it down for everybody. So here's the specs and everything. I just wanted to throw this in as I was editing it. I thought it would be helpful to call that out. All right. So I'm back. Whoa, I'm back with an update. I have an update for my electric usage tracking. So I changed my thought process a little bit. So I put one monitor on a new fridge, on the new fridge, newer. It's basically brand new. It's like less than a year old. I put one monitor on the older fridge, and I'm going to go show you what those fridges are. Well, I'm not going to go show you. I'm going to put pictures up of what those fridges are so you can get an idea of the different the different products that we're working with here. And I did put the monitor on each one of them for a day. It was actually like 23 hours and 40-some minutes, I think, but I don't know. You'll see it on the picture that I took. And the results they're what I expected. I expected the old one to use more, yes. But this much more was not expected. And I'm going to kind of break it down because the images that you're gonna use, I don't know if I'm gonna show them already or I'm gonna show them after this. But the differences that you see from face value are pretty drastic, right? But once you equivalate that to actual cost, it's not as dramatic as it seems. So I'm going to equivalate it to our electrical cost. Our electrical cost per kilowatt hour is, I think it's around 8 cents. We have a kilowatt hour cost, that goes through all day. So every electrical companies do their billing differently and their energy costs differently. Ours is a constant certain amount per kilowatt, around 8 cents. Then we have a demand charge on top of that. So a demand charge is simply, if you have everything on at once and that demand all at that one time, what's that max demand? So we have that, which I say that because you may be saying my electrical cost per kilowatt hour is higher. Well, you may not have it. So that's why I wanted to throw that out there. So we have the demand charge on top of that. But anyway, so the older fridge used... Okay, so the old fridge for, I think this, I don't have it in front of me, but 23 hours and 47 minutes, I believe, was the actual time. The old fridge used 3.72 kilowatt hours. The newer fridge used 1.2, and I rounded up on both of the, I rounded up or down on both of those to the nearest hundredth. So 1.20 on the newer fridge, 3.72 on the older fridge. So right off the bat, if you do some quick math, the older fridge is used 3 times as much electricity as the newer fridge. And that's simply taking the new fridge, 1.2 times 3 is 3.6. So the older fridge used much more energy relative to the two for the same amount of time, which wasn't unexpected. It was expected, but I didn't know how much more energy, right? So I didn't look at the specs on the motors or anything, because I don't care about that. I just wanted to see a real life. Here's how much more energy the old fridge used than the new fridge. Okay, so the old fridge at 3.72 kilowatt hours per day, and that's just one day measuring it. It'll vary, obviously, but this is just based off of one day. You take that times 365, that's 1,300-ish kilowatt hours a year. If you take that times our electrical rate, excluding demand, just our current electrical rate, which I'm saying is 0.08, I think it's 0.7 something, but rounds up to 0.08, I believe. That cost for electricity is just over $100 per year. So, less than $10 a month. Yeah, a little less than $10 a month. So not a ton of energy, But that's the old fridge. So next we're going to talk about the new fridge and see what that cost per year is and break that down by month as well. So the new fridge, if you do the same process, so you take 1.2, which is 1 day's usage, times 365, that equates to, oh man, I don't know what it was, 400 and something. And then you divide that 400 by 12. That's like 35, I think it was. Man, I should have had it in front of me. But it was about $35 a year. So break that down by month, and it's like less than $3 a year. God, I can't talk. $35 approximately per year, which is less than $3 a month. So the new fridge is so much more efficient than the old fridge. It's crazy. But that I found that very interesting. I thought other people might find that interesting. If you don't, then don't watch the video. But if you do, watch the video. It's as simple as that. But I've got some other stuff that I'm testing now too. So, yeah, I mean, that one, it shows how technology's improved the efficiency of appliances that we use in our house every day. And two, that's one thing. Well, technically two things. We have 2 fridges. How many other things in your house are plugged in all day using electricity, right? Like, you can go down a rabbit hole, which I'm going to test some TVs and stuff too, so I'll report on those. But yeah, it's just crazy, like how many different things you have plugged in that use electricity, things you take for granted, you don't even think about. I've become much more aware, which is why I'm doing this video, since we got an electric car, just to kind of see how much relative to our total energy usage that car is. And to be honest, it's about, well, it varies on month. So we're all electric, so on the winter months, the car is a smaller percentage of our bill because the car usage is pretty steady. In the summer months, the car is a bigger percentage of our bill. So I'll go over that as well, relative to our total energy usage. So in a later video. But hope you enjoyed. I found that very interesting, and I hope you do too. Check back for more stuff like that. I want to get a bigger meter for a 240 volt outlet and see if I can measure like our dryer and stuff like that. But who's to say? I don't know if they're out there, but if they are, I'll find it. Have a great day. Thank you for liking, watching, commenting, subscribing. I would appreciate a subscribe as well if you haven't. But if you don't want to, hey, free country, right? Well, I'm doing this in a free country. Have a great day.